I want to start today with a subject line from an email we received, and it came in at, I think, 4 a.m.
Oh, wow.
And, I stare at subject lines all day, but this one, it just stopped me dead in my tracks.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What did it say?
It reads, urgent. I sewed an AirTag into his gym bag and watched the blue dot destroy my marriage.
That is visceral. It
Yeah.
sounds like the opening line of a noir thriller, doesn't it? But
Yeah.
it's, well, it's a snapshot of a very modern, very painful reality.
Exactly. It's where Silicon Valley convenience collides with old-fashioned heartbreak.
Uh-huh.
And today, we're doing a deep dive into that very story. We're looking at an email from a listener we're going to call Chloe. She's 28, her husband Ryan is 30, and on paper, they are the it couple.
I was looking through the background notes she sent over. They were high school sweetheart. Well, college, technically.
Right.
But the dynamic she describes is total enmeshment. They share passwords. They have the same friend group. They say they never fight.
A perfect couple.
The perfect couple. A couple built on the appearance of absolute, unshakable trust.
And what we're going to unpack today isn't just the drama of did he or didn't he. Because, spoiler alert, the blue dot tells a very clear story.
Of course.
We're going to look at the anatomy of deception, the neuroscience of what Chloe calls the smell test, and then finally, a strategic problem that she's facing right this second.
The game theory of it all.
Yes. Because when you possess a devastating truth, the question isn't just what happened, it's how do you play your hand?
That's the critical part. Information is power, strictly speaking, but only if you know how to leverage it.
Right.
If you react impulsively, information is just trauma. If you use it strategically, it's leverage. And right now, Chloe is holding all the cards, even if her hands are shaking.
So let's rewind 3 months. This is where the inciting incident happens. Ryan, the husband, starts a quote-unquote health kick.
Which on its own you'd think is a good thing, right?
Easily.
We see partners supporting each other's self-improvement all the time. It increases longevity, it boosts mood. If your partner says, I want to get in chase, your instinct is to cheer, not suspect.
And Chloe was supportive. She's buying him the expensive protein powder, the new lifting gear. But then, the logistics shift. He joins a 24-hour gym about 15 minutes away, and suddenly the schedule changes. He's not going after work.
He's going late.
He's going at 10:30 at night.
And returning at 1 middle a.m. Now, we need to pause here because from a behavioral standpoint, this is a significant deviation from the baseline.
A pattern disruption.
That's exactly what we call it, a pattern disruption. And the justification he offers is that the gym is too crowded during the day.
Which, to be fair, anyone who has tried to get a squat rack at 6 p.m. knows is true.
It is.
Gyms are zoos during peak hours, so the excuse has a kernel of truth to it.
It does, but context matters. Leaving your wife at 10:30 p.m. to go lift weights until past midnight, that's a massive lifestyle shift. It disrupts the whole intimacy of the evening routine.
The time you wind down together.
Exactly. But notice that Chloe doesn't jump straight to affair.
Why do you think that is? If my partner suddenly started leaving every night at 10:30, I feel like I'd be suspicious immediately.
You say that in hindsight. But in the moment, the human brain is wired to protect us from social pain. It's something called truth default theory.
Okay.
We operate on the assumption that the people we love are telling the truth because the alternative is just too destabilizing to process. So she rationalizes it. She accepts the logic of the crowded gym.
She wants to believe it.
She wants to believe it until she does the laundry.
This is where we get into sensory discrepancies. And this part really fascinated me because she didn't find a lipstick stain. She didn't find a receipt. She found nothing.
Or rather, the absence of something. Chloe picks up the gym clothes from the hamper after a supposed 2-hour leg day.
Right. And if you've ever been around someone who just hit legs for 2 hours, you know what those clothes should smell like.
Oh, for sure. It's distinct.
It's not pleasant.
It should be that heavy cardio-induced sweat. It's biological evidence of exertion. It's unmistakable.
But Chloe buries her face in his t-shirt. And what does she get?
Nothing.
Detergent. And here's the detail that really stuck with me. She catches a faint, almost imperceptible whiff of vanilla car air freshener.
And that specific detail is devastating. It's a sensory mismatch. The brain expects A sweat and receives B vanilla.
Right.
That creates a cognitive alarm. It's what safety experts call the gift of fear, or in this case, the gift of intuition. Her conscious mind is saying he's at the gym, but her limbic system is screaming something is wrong.
So the vanilla is the trigger. But, and this is crucial, she doesn't confront him. Why not? If I smelled vanilla and no sweat, I'd be asking questions. Why do you smell like a car wash?
You might, but would you get the truth? This brings us to the psychology of gaslighting, or rather, the preemptive fear of it. Chloe explicitly mentions she was afraid of being called crazy or insecure. She knew that without hard data, a confrontation just becomes a debate about her feelings, not his actions.
You're just smelling things, or I showered at the gym.
Exactly. I put on fresh clothes before coming home. There are a million ways to explain away a smell. Confrontation without evidence allows the deceiver to control the narrative.
She didn't want to be the jealous wife.
She wanted to be the informed observer.
So she turns to tradecraft. And I have to say, the methodology here is impressive.
It really is.
She doesn't just toss an AirTag in the side pocket where it could fall out or be seen.
No, this was a surgical operation. It shows a shift in her own psychology from, trusting partner to investigator.
She goes to the Apple store, buys a single tag. She waits until he's in the shower. She takes his favorite black Nike duffel bag, uses a seam ripper on the inner lining of the bottom pocket.
She's dissecting the bag.
She is dissecting this bag.
She's creating a blind spot.
She slides the tag into the padding, then uses a needle and black thread to sew it back up. She tests it, shakes the bag. It's silent. It's invisible.
This indicates a high level of determination, but also desperation. She's removing the variable of he might find it. It's a permanent installation. She is betting her entire marriage on what that tag reveals.
Yeah.
If she's wrong, she's the wife who sewed a tracker into a bag. If she's right, well, everything changes.
And that brings us to the night in question, leg day.
The sting operation.
It's 10:01 p.m. Ryan puts on his shoes. He gives her what he calls a cold routine kiss. He says, "Don't wait up, babe. Gonna hit it hard tonight."
Gonna hit it hard. That phrasing. Looking back, it's just chilling. It's a performance. He's scripting his exit.
Chloe waits 3 minutes, watches the taillights disappear. Then she opens Find My. And this is where the technology just strips away the narrative. She watches the little emoji.
At this point, I guarantee you she is praying to be wrong.
Oh, absolutely.
She wants to see that dot stop at the gym. She wants to feel foolish for sewing the tag. She wants to be the crazy one.
But she doesn't get that relief. He drives right past the exit for the gym.
Stays on the highway.
Stays on the highway for 10, 20 miles. And finally, the blue dot stops. But it's not a gym. It's a residential neighborhood in a town called Oakwood.
A place where they have no friends, no family, no reason to be.
He parks at a small house with a pool. The dot is stationary. Now, most people might stop there.
Right, you have the location.
You know he's not at the gym. But Chloe needs to close the loop. She needs the lie to be documented.
This is the verification test. And honestly, this is the most painful part of this entire deep dive. It's one thing to suspect, it's another to solicit a lie directly.
She initiates the trap.
She does.
It's 11:15 p.m. The dot is parked at this stranger's house. Chloe texts him. "Hey, babe, you left your water bottle here. Are you at the gym yet?"
It's a bait question. She is offering him an out or a chance to come clean, but mostly she's handing him a shovel to dig his own grave.
And he takes the bait. 3 little dots appear. He replies, "Yeah, just got here, warming up on the treadmill. Sucks I forgot the water. I'll just buy one here. Love you."
Let's just pause on that text. Warming up on the treadmill.
While she is looking at a map showing him parked in a driveway in Oakwood.
This is cognitive dissonance, weaponized. She is reading his reality, I am on a treadmill, while looking at objective reality, you are at a house with a pool.
That is the moment.
That is the moment the floor falls out. Because it's not just that he's cheating, it's the ease of the lie.
He didn't just say, "Yep, at the gym."
No, and that's a classic tell of deception. Liars often over-embellish. Truthful people are concise. Yeah, at the gym.
Right.
Liars add detail to make the fabrication feel real. Warming up. Sucks I forgot the water. He's improvising a narrative to cover his tracks in real time. He's painting a picture for her to distract her from looking too closely.
She says she didn't even cry. She just felt empty.
That's shock. It's a trauma response. Her brain is trying to reorganize her entire understanding of her life. The past 3 months have been a lie, which means her memories are now suspect.
And then the aftermath. He comes home at 1:15 a.m. What's the first thing he does?
The shower.
A 20-minute shower.
He's scrubbing away the evidence. He's washing away the scent of the other person, the Oakwood scent, before getting into bed with his wife. It's a ritual of cleansing, but it's also a barrier.
He's washing off his secret life.
Yes. And then, and this part made my skin crawl, he tries to cuddle. Chloe describes laying there, stiff as a board, holding her breath. She says she felt like she was lying next to a stranger.
Because she was.
She absolutely was. The version of Ryan she knew, the one who lifts weights at the gym, doesn't exist. She is lying next to the man who parks in driveways in Oakwood and lies about treadmills. The psychological toll of that physical proximity is immense.
So now we are in the present. It is the morning after. This morning, Ryan is in the kitchen. He's making coffee. He's whistling.
The whistling is a devastating detail. It signifies his complete ignorance of the situation. He thinks he won. He thinks the system works.
Leave at 10:30, return at 1:0, shower, cuddle, whistle.
It just highlights the information asymmetry. She knows everything. He thinks she knows nothing.
Meanwhile, Chloe is paralyzed. She has the address. She looked it up on Google Street View. It's a cute house with a blue door.
Oh, wow.
The AirTag is still in his bag. She is physically sick, but she hasn't said a word.
She is holding a grenade with the pin pulled, and he's making coffee.
And this is where she needs us. She's reached out to her family, and they have given her two completely different battle plans. She calls it Option A versus Option B.
This is the decision matrix. And honestly, both options have validity depending on what the end goal is. This is where we need to apply some strategic thinking to an emotional crisis.
Let's look at Option A. This is the mom approach. Her mom is furious, she says. Scorched earth.
Right. The strategy here is get in the car right now. Drive to the blue door.
Confront the woman.
Confront the woman.
Call Ryan while standing in her living room.
Blow it up. Immediate emotional release.
It's the impulse to regain control by causing chaos. It ends the secrecy instantly. There is no more whistling in the kitchen if you are screaming on the front lawn of the mistress's house.
It forces the reality out into the open. Immediately.
But what are the risks here? Because to me, this feels incredibly satisfying in a movie, but dangerous in real life.
The risks are extremely high. First, physical danger. You don't know who is in that house. You don't know if the other woman has a violent partner or if Ryan will react aggressively when cornered.
Panic makes people unpredictable.
Exactly. You're walking into enemy territory. Second, loss of narrative control. If she causes a scene, she becomes the crazy aggressive wife in the eyes of neighbors or even police.
Oh, that's a good point.
And third, psychologically, it gives Ryan and the other woman a common enemy. It creates an us against the world dynamic for them.
Look how crazy my wife is. This is why I needed you.
Sickening, isn't it? Her anger could end up validating his cheating.
Okay, so that's the nuclear option. Then there's option B, the sister's approach.
The long game.
The long game. Her sister says, do not go there yet. She wants Chloe to wait. Let him go back to the gym tonight.
And follow him.
Follow him in her car, yeah, using the AirTag to stay back. Park down the street.
Surveillance. She wants to move from digital tracking to visual confirmation.
Exactly. Wait for them to walk out. Get a photo of them together, kissing, holding hands. Undeniable proof.
The rationale here is legal and psychological leverage. The sister makes a very smart point about the Craigslist excuse.
Wait, break that down. What is the Craigslist excuse?
It's the gaslighter's pivot. If Chloe confronts him right now and says, I know you were at 123 Oakwood Lane, Ryan has wiggle room. He can say, oh, I was buying a used treadmill on Craigslist. That's why I was there. I lied about the gym because I wanted to surprise you with it.
Or I was helping a buddy move, or I was looking at an investment property.
Exactly. Gaslighters are improvisers. We saw that with the text message about the water bottle. He is quick on his feet. If she confronts him with just a GPS location, he can invent a reason that makes her look paranoid.
You're tracking me. I was buying you a gift.
Precisely.
But a photo.
A photo of an embrace. You can't Craigslist your way out of that. A photo creates a closed loop of evidence. It removes all the ambiguity.
So option B gives her the ammo for court. It gives her the irrefutable truth that prevents him from gaslighting her ever again.
Correct. From a strategic divorce standpoint, especially if assets or alimony are involved, option B is superior. It provides the smoking gun.
But the cost. The cost is psychological torture.
That's the variable the sister might be overlooking.
That's what I'm thinking. The sister's asking Chloe to sit through another day of this, to watch him pack his bag again tonight, to hear him whistle, to maybe accept another cold kiss.
It requires a level of discipline that is almost superhuman to suppress the scream, to act normal while you are dying inside.
It's a trauma.
It creates its own kind of trauma. It's a form of acting that can be deeply damaging. You are forcing your body to be docile while your mind is at war.
So if we look at this strictly from a strategic standpoint, what is the play?
If the goal is a clean divorce where he cannot contest the infidelity, option B, the surveillance, is the winning move. It cuts through the He said, she said.
Uh-huh.
However, we have to account for Chloe's mental state. She says she's on the bathroom floor and hasn't slept in 2 days.
Right.
Can she physically withstand another 24 hours of deception?
It's a gamble.
Hmm.
If she cracks tonight before she gets the photo, if she screams at him while he's packing his bag, she loses the element of surprise and she doesn't get the photo.
Exactly. And there's also the question of what that photo actually adds to her life. She already knows. She saw the dots. She read the text.
Does she need to see it?
Right. Does seeing them kiss actually help her, or does it just add an image to her nightmares that she will never be able to unsee?
That is such a heavy point.
Yeah.
The blue dot is abstract. A photo is reality.
Right. The blue dot tells you where he is. A photo tells you who he is with and how he looks at her. That might be more pain than she needs to endure just to win an argument she's already won in her own mind.
It's the difference between knowing the building is on fire and standing inside the flames to prove it's hot.
Precisely. And let's not forget, there is technically a third option.
Which is?
Doing nothing today. Not going to the house, not following him, just seeing a lawyer immediately.
But she doesn't have the photo yet.
Does she need it? In many jurisdictions, you don't need smoking gun proof for a divorce. The trust is gone. The marriage is over because of the lie, regardless of what was happening in that house.
I see.
But I understand the human need for the gotcha moment. We crave validation. We want the other person to know that we know.
You know, what strikes me about this whole story is the transition Chloe made. In 48 hours, she went from the lucky wife cooking dinner to a private investigator with high-grade tech sewn into the lining of a bag.
It shows how quickly the foundation of a life can crumble. But I want to highlight her resilience. She didn't ignore the red flags. She didn't let the fear of being crazy stop her from finding the truth.
She trusted her gut.
She trusted her gut, the smell test, more than his words.
And that's a massive takeaway for everyone listening. The vanilla air freshener was the first data point. The technology just confirmed what her intuition already knew.
Technology is a tool, but intuition is the alarm system. The vanilla scent was the alarm. The AirTag was just the security camera footage.
So, Chloe, if you are listening to this, and I know you are in an impossible position. You have the tech, you have the data, and you have the address. But you lack the final move.
Whether you choose the blue door today or the stakeout tonight, the reality is that the marriage you thought you had is already gone. That's the hard truth. The decision now isn't about saving the relationship. It's about saving your sanity and securing your future.
And that leads us to a final thought for all our listeners. We live in an age where we can track our partners to a specific driveway. We can see them moving in real time on a map. But I want to leave you with this question. Does the blue dot actually give us control? Or does it just accelerate the heartbreak?
It's a paradox. We seek the truth to feel secure, but in this case, the truth destroyed the security.
And if Chloe drives to that blue door today, does she get closure? Or does she just trade the pain of not knowing for the trauma of seeing?
Sometimes the dot on the map isn't a destination. It's the end of the world as we know it.
We're thinking of you, Chloe. Good luck. This has been The Deep Dive. Thanks for listening.